The Catacombs of the Vatican, this single phrase, even when whispered, sounds like an invitation to a world of mysteries, enigmas, secrets, intrigues, and unresolved stories. Immediately before your eyes, like frames from an adventure movie, images of dark, damp, and winding corridors emerge, hidden deep underground behind thick stone walls, illuminated only by the flickering light of torches. One imagines ancient rooms covered in the dust of centuries, filled with ancient manuscripts, yellowed scrolls, priceless works of art, artifacts from civilizations long gone, and possibly secrets that could change our perception of the world, of religion, of the history of humanity. What truly lies hidden beneath the magnificent papal palaces, beneath the majestic St. Peter's Basilica, beneath the squares and gardens of the Vatican? What mysteries do these ancient walls hold? What have witnessed the change of eras, the change of pontiffs, the change of political regimes? What secrets do these catacombs protect, which have witnessed intrigues, conspiracies, power struggles, and possibly the most incredible events? Today, we will try, even if just a little, to lift the veil of secrecy that surrounds the Vatican catacombs and descend, even if only virtually, into these mysterious depths to learn about the most interesting, fascinating, and unsettling legends, theories, and hypotheses related to this amazing place, to this heart of the Catholic Church, to this center of global power and influence. Prepare yourselves for a fascinating journey to the heart of the Vatican, where history intertwines with myths, where reality borders on fantasy, and truth is inseparable from fiction. The Vatican, as is well known, is the smallest state in the world, a dwarf state, an enclave located in the heart of Rome, the capital of Italy. But despite its, let's say, modest, tiny size, the area of the Vatican is only 44 hectares. This small state wields an enormous, colossal influence on world politics, culture, religion, and of course, a rich millennial history full of mysteries and enigmas. For many centuries, since the time of early Christianity, the popes, heads of the Catholic Church, have gathered collections of invaluable works of art, paintings, sculptures, frescoes, mosaics. They have gathered ancient books, manuscripts, documents, many of which have fortunately been preserved to this day and are kept in the world-famous Vatican museums and the equally famous Vatican Apostolic Library. These collections are a true treasure, an invaluable heritage of all humanity. But what lies beneath them, beneath these museums, beneath this library, beneath these palaces, beneath these squares, what is hidden in the depths of the Vatican Hill? According to all guides, all manuals, all encyclopedias, the Vatican catacombs are, officially, first and foremost, a necropolis, that is, an ancient cemetery, a burial place for the early Christians, who lived in Rome in the first centuries of our era, as well as a burial place for popes, cardinals, bishops, and other high-ranking officials of the Catholic Church. The most famous, most visited, and most revered part of this extensive underground necropolis is, of course, the tomb of St. Peter, the Apostle Peter, one of the closest disciples of Jesus Christ, considered, according to Catholic tradition, the first pope, the first leader of the Christian Church. According to Christian tradition, the Apostle Peter was crucified upside down in Rome during the reign of Emperor Nero around the 60s of the 1st century AD, and his body was secretly buried by his followers on Vatican Hill, which at that time was outside the city and was a deserted and abandoned place. The excavations, carried out in the Vatican in the 20th century, in the mid-1900s, indeed discovered beneath the main altar of St. Peter's Basilica, under the majestic dome created by Michelangelo, an ancient burial site that many scientists, archaeologists, historians, and of course representatives of the Catholic Church believe to be the authentic tomb of the Apostle Peter. This site, marked by a modest tombstone, has become a place of pilgrimage for millions of devout Christians from around the world who travel to the Vatican to venerate the relics of the Holy Apostle. But in addition to the tomb of St. Peter, the Vatican catacombs, as archaeological research shows, hide other no less interesting burials, ancient catacombs, underground chapels decorated with frescoes and mosaics. And also, according to rumors, legends, numerous theories, secret archives, hidden vaults, secret rooms in which not only invaluable relics are kept, but also, possibly, the deepest secrets of the Catholic Church, secrets that could change our perception of Christianity, of history, of the world. And here, at the intersection of reality and myth, begins the most interesting, the most fascinating, the most intriguing part. There is a great number of legends, myths, conspiracy theories, rumors, and speculations about what is truly kept in the secret catacombs of the Vatican, inaccessible to prying eyes. There is talk of ancient, pre-Christian manuscripts that contain forbidden and esoteric knowledge, of secret teachings, of magical rituals, of testimonies about the life of Jesus Christ that radically contradict the official doctrine of the Church as presented in the Gospels, of miraculous relics that possess incredible power, capable of healing diseases, granting immortality, or even controlling the world. And of course, there is no shortage of theories about contacts with extraterrestrial civilizations, about aliens, about UFOs, about secret agreements between the Vatican and extraterrestrials. One of the most popular, widespread, and discussed legends is related to the so-called Vatican Secret Archives, or, as it is officially called, the Vatican Apostolic Archive. In reality, this archive, despite its name, is not so secret in the sense that it is not completely closed to outsiders. It is open to researchers, scientists, historians, but access to it is strictly limited, strictly regulated, and not all the documents stored in it are available for study. This limitation of access, this veil of secrecy, naturally generates many rumors, conjectures, speculations, and conspiracy theories about what is hidden so secret, so forbidden, so dangerous behind the closed doors of the Vatican archive. It is said, for example, that the authentic, unedited letters of Pontius Pilate, the Roman procurator of Judea, who, according to the Gospels, condemned Jesus Christ to crucifixion, are kept in the Vatican Secret Archive. In these letters, supposedly, Pontius Pilate describes a story of Jesus very different from the one we know from the Bible, a story that questions the divine nature of Christ. There is also talk of ancient apocryphal Gospels, not included in the canonical text of the New Testament, which contain other unknown details about the life and teachings of Jesus, details that could radically change our perception of Christianity. Another legend, no less popular, claims that in the catacombs of the Vatican, in secret vaults, the incalculable treasures of the Templars are hidden, a powerful and mysterious medieval knightly order founded in the 12th century to protect pilgrims traveling to the Holy Land. The Templars, as known from history, were not only brave warriors but also skilled financiers and bankers. They accumulated enormous wealth, owned lands, castles, and ships throughout Europe and the Middle East. But at the beginning of the 14th century, in the year 1307, the French king Philip IV the Fair, who owed the Templars enormous sums of money, decided to rid himself of his creditors and accused the order of heresy, devil worship, and other terrible crimes. The order of the temple was dissolved, its leaders were arrested and executed, and their assets confiscated. But according to legend, the Templars managed to hide their most valuable treasures, their relics, their archives, and one of the places where they might have done so was the Vatican, with which the order maintained a close relationship, although not without difficulties. There are also completely fantastic and incredible theories that nevertheless find their supporters, especially among conspiracy and ufology enthusiasts. These theories claim that the Vatican, for many years and possibly centuries, has hidden information from humanity about contacts with extraterrestrial civilizations, with aliens, and even keeps in its secret catacombs, in its hidden vaults, remains of extraterrestrial ships that crashed on Earth, and possibly even the bodies of the aliens themselves, alive or dead. This theory, of course, has no scientific or documentary basis, but it continues to stir minds and generate new rumors and conjectures. Of course, the vast majority of these legends, myths, conspiracy theories are just conjectures, fantasies, speculations that have no real or documentary foundation. But, on the other hand, it cannot be denied that the Vatican, with its millennial history, its enormous influence, and its traditional secrecy, is a place truly shrouded in mystery, a place where history intertwines with myths, where reality is inseparable from fiction, and where, in principle, anything is possible. Even the most incredible. Who knows what other discoveries await us in the future? What other mysteries are hidden in the catacombs of the Vatican, beneath its squares, beneath its palaces, beneath its basilicas? Perhaps one day, thanks to new technologies, new research methods, and new discoveries, we will finally know the truth about what is really kept within these ancient walls, in these dark corridors. In these secret archives, meanwhile, we can only make assumptions, study the facts, analyze the legends, and await new discoveries that might one day shed light on these centuries-old mysteries, changing our perception of the past and perhaps the future. Thank you for joining us on this fascinating, exciting, and somewhat mystical journey to the catacombs of the Vatican, to the heart of the Catholic Church, to the world of mysteries, enigmas, legends, and unresolved stories. We have examined together the most interesting, popular, and unsettling legends and theories related to this amazing place, but the final conclusion, as always, is in the hands of you, our viewers. If you liked this video, if you learned something new, if you reflected on the eternal questions about religion, history, power, and mysteries, don't forget to give it a like, leave your comment, share your thoughts, your impressions, your versions. What do you think really hides in the catacombs of the Vatican? What mysteries do these ancient walls hold? And, of course, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss new investigations, new journeys into the world of the unknown, new discoveries and hypotheses. Share this video with your friends, debate, discuss, because as it is known, in discussion, truth is born, and the truth is always near. You just have to know how to look for it and not be afraid to ask questions, even the boldest, the most incredible ones. Until next time.